Morning, kids. Welcome to the Angeles Forest and what feels like to me the first real day of summer, because it is death hot in this bitch. Y'all may remember Arian. Good to see you back, sir.
Good to see you.
Arian had that lowered S10 that we drove that did well, and he hit me up and said, you know, my wife drives one of those Eclipses that nobody likes, and I thought I should bring it out. And it occurred to me that I have never driven one of these Eclipses in any form. So good to have you back, dude.
Well, thank you for having me.
Tell me about your ladies' Eclipse.
2007 Eclipse, bought it brand new. Made sure to get the 6-speed with the V6. It's the GT model, premium package. It has the Rockford Fosgate stereo.
Rockford Fosgate is a name I haven't heard in a while.
Right, it's been a minute, but it bumps.
Is
it
good?
It's pretty
All
good
right,
for a
cool.
stock stereo system.
Okay.
And, no, other than that, this is completely stock, just all the maintenance done.
So GTV, this is the fastest one they'll sell you.
Right.
Or they would sell you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I have to admit that when this car came out, I thought it looked pretty cool. I mean, I thought this was a good-looking car, and this is my first time ever sitting in one. The seat is pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
About the seat, it's not bad, and the shifter just sitting here in the parking lot feels exactly like the one in the Evo. So that's a good start. So let's have a go and see why everyone hates these things, and if they're wrong and I'm wrong. Okay, so. Tell me, it's a transverse front-wheel drive V6.
Correct.
Okay, how much power is this supposedly making?
From the factory, it was 263 horse, 260 pound-feet.
In 07, that was a pretty stout V6, right?
Yeah, I think it did 5.7, 0 to 60.
Really?
Not too bad for...
Not too bad. Do you know what this thing weighs?
Yeah, I believe it's like 37, 38.
Oh, so
up
it's
there.
pretty heavy.
Right.
Well, the shifter engagement is pretty good. Brakes work-ish. No, they didn't. So this is your lady's car. What does she like about it? What led you to buy it in the first place?
It gets up and goes. Actually, before this, we had a 91 Dodge Stealth. So it's pretty similar to that in a way. You know, it's the same deal, front-wheel drive.
Yeah, is the engine architecture the same as the
No,
Stealth
no,
6?
that was like a 3.0, and this is a 3.8.
Oh, okay. So this is they did away with the turbos and all that, and they just added displacement.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, Mitsubishi, their materials game was never their high point, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Materials are a little cheapy in this thing, but actually, you know, for a front-wheel drive 6, the driving dynamics aren't horrible.
Yeah, you get a little bit of torque steer. It's not crazy though.
So you've had this thing for a decade,
Right.
And has it served you well as a car?
Yeah, I mean, it's only broken down once, and that was in the garage. Someone didn't torque the spark plug down to spec, and I guess there was a crush sleeve or something on it. And so I had to get taken in, but we didn't know that. Other than that,
so that was a service department error, not a car failure. Okay. Well, we're following this Malibu, and I'm not liking that. So we're gonna go back the other way in a second once I have the visibility. Yeah, here we go. This is a good place for visibility. Ooh, how's the turning radius? Good. Not astoundingly bad, but as you might expect with a front-wheel drive V6, there's limited amounts of what you can get with steering angle. Let's go windows down for the tunnel and see how it sounds in the tunnel.
okay.
Dual overhead cams, at least. Sounds like a corporate V6.
I think it's actually only a single overhead cam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I read dual overhead cam on the engine cover of the other car.
Yeah.
The heat might have got to me today. Okay,
right.
Single overhead cam.
It does have MyVec. I'm not exactly sure what that does. Obviously, it moves somehow either moves the camshaft or it opens up the valves differently.
Timing.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what on the upper end you'll feel that a little bit.
Not a bad daily though. I am impressed at the comfort level of the seats. The seats are good. Air conditioning cranks.
Yep.
How is this handling? Communicative tires.
Yeah.
It stays pretty flat though. Feels like if you put a sticky tire on it, you could make this thing get around a corner like a boss. It corners hard enough for things to be sliding in your trunk. Man, I always thought this car could have had a whole other life left in it if Mitsubishi put an Evo drivetrain under this thing.
Yep.
I never knew why they didn't do that. Like that formula seemed to work pretty good with the first and second gens.
Right.
Right? This is 6-speed or 5-speed?
6-speed.
Yeah. Let's see how 6 looks. Oh wow, so 20 to 2,500 RPM highway cruising speed, not so bad. They get decent fuel economy?
Well, my wife drives like crazy, bad out of hell.
Really?
So yeah, it's not too great. She gets about 22 now, but when we first got it and she was going easy on it, it was like 27.
Oh, it's not terrible.
Yeah, not horrible.
I do like the shifter. The clutch is
shifter's
easy.
good.
Steering is, it's a little, steering's a little corporate, but I mean, corporate, what's a better way of saying corporate? It's okay.
It gives you feedback, though. It lets you know what's going on.
There's a lot of okays in this car.
Yeah.
There are. Like, there's nothing really exceptional so far about it. No offense. You kind of knew this.
Yeah.
But nothing really exceptional, but like, I'm not sure it deserves to be shit on the way that I have shit on it. Like, it's not slow.
No.
It's going pretty good. But I think the biggest problem with this car is where it came from. The fact that at one point, you know, the Eclipse was like the father of the Evo, and that formula worked, and those cars could be like 9-second drag cars, all-wheel drive, turbos, all that. And now you've got a corporate front-wheel drive V6. And it doesn't drive bad, it drives okay. The manual keeps it fun. It's like it's engaging to shift and go through the gears. I think the shifter is the most redeeming part of this car, actually. The shifter's quite lovely. Good accurate throws, and it's nice. Put some Super Sports PS4s in this thing. It can get around a corner pretty good. Good at the open sweepers, huh? But it's just sad that you know that they could have put an Evo drivetrain under this. Yeah. You know they could have. I got good visibility here. You know they could have, and yet they didn't, and they went with this option instead, which to me is so weird. Isn't it?
Yeah,
weird
totally.
To me?
No, I've heard of one guy who did it. When I was watching videos about it a long time ago, when I thought I was going to put a supercharger on it, and, you know, when you
make a supercharger for this?
There was, yeah, I think it was like RIP Engineering or something. RIP was the name of the company.
Huh.
Yeah, they made a supercharger for it.
How much did that make?
Like you could make over like 400.
Wow, that must have been torque steer city.
Well, right, that's what I imagine as well.
Does it have a limited slip diff?
Yeah,
it does. It feels like it does, right? It does. I'll give you that it really doesn't torque steer very much. You can, in first gear, I got a little bit of it. Let's see, coming out of this corner. No, not really. Not really any torque steer at all. Yeah, I would say it manages that pretty good. So what's the worst thing about this car?
The 60,000K or whatever 60K maintenance intervals. They're like $2,000 every
$2,000 every 60,000 miles.
So it's at 150 now. So I've done.
Oh, so you're
twice.
about to do $6,000 in service intervals over 100. I mean, that's a lot of miles.
Right. Yeah.
But $2,000. What do they do for that $2,000?
Water pump, the timing belt, spark plugs, wires. That's it.
That's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff. I can see how that could be $2,000 at a dealer for sure. All right, that is a lot. Is it like, you know, the 3000 GTs and the Stealths? They were like a real pain in the ass to work on because the engine bays were so like tight and cramped. Is this like that too?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you do at least a portion of your own work.
Yeah, I do all my work basically on the S10. But with this, while it was under warranty, you know, right, you have to take it to the dealer. So.
But that's not a warranted service, right?
No. But you have to get it done by a Mitsubishi whatever, dealer to be able to keep your warranty.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go cruising and see if it's refined. Is it refined? Oops, that was the wrong one. Not bad. It's not like too noisy. It's not rattly or creaky really. Although this is a little.
Yeah, there's definitely 10 years of getting in and out.
Yeah, there's definitely some plastic. There's plasticiness, but there's not like rattliness. Like I wouldn't say. I would say definitely say cheap materials rather than necessarily bad build quality. Okay. I mean, it's kind of what I expected.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know, if you ever drive one of those Avengers or Stratuses from this period, it's kind of like that.
Right, a little modern update on that.
Yeah, it's sort of a middle of the road, you know, kind of runaround car, but it does have decent inputs. The air conditioning is really good. The seats are comfortable. You know, and if it's been reliable and it's held up for 150,000 miles, like, that's better than I would have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we've done that. Don't send me any more. I'm kidding. Thank you, Arian. I appreciate your time coming back out, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful driving day. Thank you guys for watching, and that's an Eclipse V6 GT. All right. See you later.